to everything you do is education and training. Now, before I get into this, I got to preface some things. I don't care how great your education and training is. If you don't use it, it ain't going to work. I don't care how great the education and training is. If you don't have a big enough why for why you're doing it, it doesn't matter. It means nothing. So I'm going to share with y'all 2 whys of mine, okay? One's going to be like, ooh, that's a big why. I don't know if my why's that big, you know, maybe, but I'm also going to share one that's kind of vain, you know, V-A-I-N, vain, like, is that right? Or is that V-A-I-N? I probably should not spell in front of y'all. V-A-I-N? Okay, good. So one is going to be kind of vain, like looks and all that stuff. The other is going to be deep. Y'all with me? So don't get lost on the deep one and say, oh God. Because your why right now might be to feed the kids. That was mine when I first started in 2004, okay? So my big reason is on any given day, there's about 20 to 25 people looking at their phone right now wanting to call me. And they're in complete desperation. They know my story of overcoming alcoholism and drugs. They know how I was raised. And they're desperate right now. And they're looking at that phone and they desperately want to call me. And I guarantee you, several times they've had my name right there and they almost pressed it and they stopped. Some of them have. We've helped 20 people get sober. Some of them have. But see, I can't do anything till they call me. You can't make anybody do anything. They got to get to that ultimate point of frustration and then they call me. Then I can help. Now I want to expand that number to 100. I want 100 people to know my story. I want thousands of people to know my story. I want millions of people to know my story, to where I can be there for them that day they decide to make that phone call instead of taking their own life. Okay? That's a big why for me. And when I talked to Daniel and Calvin and Colin, and they told me what I could do here at eXp, and especially what I could do right here, and I'll share with you that in a second, I was like, oh dear Lord, I'm going to be able to impact some people. Who do you want to impact? What do you want to impact? Here's probably one of the most important questions you need to ask yourself. You probably ought to write it down tonight before you go to bed. What do you want people saying at your funeral? Well, what are they going to say about you? What are they going to talk about you? I would write it down if I were you. And if it's not where you are today, write down what they're going to say about you. Y'all with me? That's the impact that you'll make. See, if you don't have a dream and a reason to do something, you'll quit. You'll quit every time. But you got to have something way bigger than yourself, Anna, because if it's not bigger than you, the moment you decide to quit, you can quit. It's like if you're losing weight. If I don't tell nobody that I'm going to lose weight, well, I can eat pizza right in front of y'all. Y'all can't judge me because y'all have no idea that I just broke that goal to myself. That commitment I made to myself, I'm like, nah, I'm going to eat some pizza now. But if I tell you, hey, yo, I'm going to try to lose some weight up in here, and y'all are watching me, be like, oh, I can't eat that in front of everybody. Y'all with me? Now understand, I went from 245 pounds to 175 pounds. So I know what it's like to lose weight. Thank you. I understand that you got to tell everybody around you what you want to do. Otherwise, you can cheat on it all the time. But more importantly than that, what impact do you want to make? And tell other people. Tell people that are going to hold you to it. Tell people that will hold you accountable and say, yo, you said you was going to do this, right? I tell everybody all the time what I'm going to do. I say it out loud. Do you know why? Does anybody want to take a wild guess why I say it out loud to as many people as I want to? Ken, you want to guess? Just take any guess. It doesn't matter. Manifestation. The manifestation?
Words are powerful. Yeah.
Words are powerful?
You're accountable.
I'm accountable. That's good. Accountable. I put a crap load of pressure on myself. That's what I do. When I tell everybody I'm going to do something, like, See, I made a promise to my grandfather I quit smoking when I turned 21 years old. I did. I made that promise to him. He was my hero in life. I made that promise to him and I did it. Okay? Tell people what you're going to do. Scare yourself. Frighten yourself. Stop playing small. Live big. But I haven't done that yet, so I don't want to say it. Just say it. I wish my good friend Trina was here. She's probably online listening right now. But Trina remembers when she first came to my office years ago, Daniel, I told her, I said, I make $45,000 a month. And she thought that was so cool. But I wasn't making $45,000 a month at that time. And then I had forgotten, I had told her that. We started making $75,000 a month. We legitimately started making $75,000 a month. And I told everybody that. And I said to her, I said, I was not making 45 when you came in here. I was maybe making 25 a month when you came in here. You see, I put that pressure on myself. I'm not gonna lie to her. Now, if you have an issue with not committing to things, then you will be careful. You can say whatever you want to say. People are going to find you out. Then what are they going to say at your funeral? Think about what they're going to say at your funeral. Okay? So what's your dream? What is it? Now, here's the vain one, okay? Because I don't want y'all to think, well, golly, his is deep. Remember, I'm 55 years old. I've had a lot of time to work on this. Y'all might not have as long, but, you know, again, you work into your why. Your why gets bigger the bigger you get, okay? Let me tell you my vain one, okay? For 15 years, Jennifer, I've been walking on stages and they've been playing my song. And I hear that song and I feel that song. And I'm feeling it right now. It's not even playing right now, but I can feel it. And I know what I get like tears coming out my eyes. They don't because I got to speak to everybody, but I can feel them. They're right there. They're about to come, right? They're about to happen. And when I talked to Daniel and Colin, I said, oh yeah, I'm going to hear that song again. Because I will speak at the biggest eXp stages and people will hear my story. And I'm going to hear that song, right? So it's okay to have a vain one. Don't make them all vain. Have some that are kind of deep, right? But that one's big, right? Okay. So those are vital to me using this. Is that making sense? Because some people come here and they're broken. Paul, you don't understand, I'm broken. I was broken in 2004 when I met Fitz. I was completely broken. Cars repossessed, house in foreclosure, completely broke. However, I knew I wanted to do something great. And because of that, I was able to take advantage of this. So if you're here and you're broken, talk to somebody. Find you a friend. See, Daniel Ng has built the most incredible group of people that will help you, that will love on you, that will talk to you, that will share with you, that will do anything with you. But you got to hang around them. And then you'll get out of your brokenness. I promise you will, if you hang around the right people. If you're always posting about your brokenness online, everybody that responds to you says, oh, it's okay, girl, you're going to be all right. It's okay, guy, you're going to be all right. Those ain't your people. It's the people that aren't talking on that Facebook that are your people. You got to find them. I promise you can find them here with what Daniel Ng's created, all right? So, on for 20 years in the insurance business, but I saw a guy do this in real estate the other day, and I was like, this I got to train because this is simple, and this is all about you. Right? He wrote up on the board, how do I erase this button? Oh, I wanted to leave that there. I want y'all to look at that for hours and hours. We won't be here for hours, I promise, just 6. But he wrote this up on the board, Daniel, and I was like, holy cow. Not Daniel wrote it, but this guy did, that Daniel introduced me to. And he says this, he said 1, 1.5, 2.5, 5, 25. And he said, what is the average commissions y'all make on selling a home here in real estate? And some people said 18,000, 12,000, 8,000. And we said, let's just call it 10,000. Is that okay with everybody here? $10,000 about the average commission you make from selling a home? Is that agreeable, or does anybody want to get an arm wrestling match with Scribner about that? No one wants to fight Scrib on that? Okay, good. So $10,000 is the average commission that you make in this business. And right when he showed that, Daniel, I was like, I know what he's about to show, because I got the same thing I showed in insurance, and it's identical. It's absolutely identical. And it's viable to you to where you got to think about what you got to do, right? So this is a sell. 1.5 is contracts. Now, Daniel, when he said that, was he also saying, was he meaning transactions? No, this is transaction. Yeah, contracts. Oh, so sometimes you get a contract in this business and it doesn't go through and you don't get paid. Am I right? Scrib knows somebody. You talked about that last time I talked to you. He goes, yeah, I was right there. I felt it. I smelt the money. It was right there. Right? That happened? Is it only happening to Scrib? Anybody else had that? Oh, you just said it happened to you. Yeah, buyers backed out because they were upset that the pipes weren't working. What's wrong with people? Indoor plumbing.
How dare they?
How dare they? So sometimes a contract doesn't equal commission, right? Okay, so then appointments/meetings, you gotta have 2.5 appointments/meetings. And then the other was leads, you gotta have 5 leads, and you gotta have 25 talk-tos, right? So you gotta have 25 talk-tos to get to 5 leads, to get to 2.5 appointments/meetings, to get to 1.5 contracts, to get to 1 sale. Y'all should be writing this down, I'm not kidding. Because when I put some numbers over here, you're gonna be mad that you didn't write it down. You're gonna be angry at yourself. 25 talk-tos, you gotta talk to 25 people, right? In order to get 5 leads, y'all with me? In order to get 2.5 appointments, to get 1.5 contracts, to get 1 sale, which equals $10,000. Pretty cool, huh? Then he broke down the math. What is each of these worth? And I said, oh, now you're talking my language. I remember this, right? So contracts, you take this, divide it by this, and it gives you 0.6666. I hate that number, so let's call 7. And that comes out to be 6,600 and something. I think Trina's texting me right now. I gotta read it because I guarantee you she just heard what I said. Yes, I'm listening. I love you, Trina. So 6,667, right? And actually her son, Jaden, was at the next meeting when I told everybody we're now officially making $75,000 every month into our bank account for the business that we built here. And her son followed me out to my car. And I figured I had a really cool Corvette. I figured he wanted to check out my Corvette. I'm going to show this young man how cool my car is, right? Vain. And he goes, so what's it like to make $75,000 a month? I was like, wow, you're listening. Like you're listening to what we're talking about in there. And he was only like 13, 14 at the time. That's impact, right? Now he believes he can do it because he has seen me dress, he has seen me speak, he has seen me spell ad. He's like, dear Lord, if he can do it, I can do it, right? Okay, so every contract is worth $6,667 to you. Does that make sense? Now you don't get paid for that, but that's what you need to look at. That's the vision you need to see for your life. And then you take 1.5 divided by 2.5, and that gives you 0.4. And you take 0.4 of 10,000, and that gives you 4,000. So every appointment that you sit on, every meeting you sit on, that is worth $4,000. Can you walk a little taller? Can you walk a little prouder saying, yep, every appointment I sit on is worth 4,000. That's how good I am. Every appointment I sit on is worth 4,000. That's insane, right? That's absolutely insane. Now, it gets better. It gets gooder. You take 2.5 to 5, and apparently that's 0.04. I had to cheat and do the math like this. That comes out to $2,000 for every lead that you get. Every lead you get, $2,000. Who in here has gotten a lead, you wrote it on a paper towel or a napkin, and you set it on your kitchen table, and you walked away and you did 5 other things? Thank you, Anna. She's the only honest person in here. Scrib's with you. Scrib and Anna do not need to go to church this Sunday. They just confess they're good to go. And all you other guys, you better get to church on Sunday because y'all just lied to me because we've all done it. Now put it this way. You just set $2,000 on the counter. You just set $2,000 on the counter and walked away. So who's got $2,000 on them right now? I want you to set it right up here above my good friend Brittany. Just set it right here. She's a good person. She won't steal it. Just set it right here and walk away. Who wants to do that right now? Nobody, right? That's the way you got to look at it. All right. Lastly, and this is the big one. This is worth $400. You take this number, divide it by this number, and it gives you $400. I want you to think about this. Every person you talk to is worth $400. Can I get you to make a phone call a little differently now that you know this? Every time you make a phone call, can you think about it just a little differently? Like, hey, you know what? This call right here is worth $400, which is going to lead me to a $10,000 commission check. Right? Now in my business, my old business, we did dials. We had to have, see, y'all don't have this issue that we had. You had to get 250 dials to just talk to 25 people. And by the way, those were leads that were $75 a piece. Leads that were $75 a piece, we had to call them, dial them 250 times to get to that point, right? That's insane. That's insane to think about. So, now here's the one thing I want to ask you. Y'all ready? What up here can y'all control?
Me.
Me? And Anna, what'd you say? Everything? Script said everything. Anybody else take a guess at it? Talk to. There's only one thing you can control, and that's activity. This is the only thing you can control. Because I know that there's a critic in this room that's saying right now, those aren't my numbers. Well, guess what? You might not be as good as somebody else. You might need to do more of these. You with me? My numbers aren't equaling out to Sean's. We'll call more people. People would always ask me, how many dials does it take you to get to 25 appointments? As many as it takes. You feel me? As many as it takes. I can control that. I can't control. You had no idea the plumbing was bad in that house. No clue. Did y'all raise it up and that's when it all broke? And what the hell? Weather? Weather? Next time, just stick with my story. So they lifted the thing up and it all went, I'm just kidding. But the weather knocked it out and burst the pipes and all that stuff. So you couldn't control that. He can't control the weather. You can't control when someone gets cold feet, that 0.5, and says, never mind, I don't want to buy a house. Ain't nothing you can do about it. What can you control? Talk tos. Maybe, just maybe, we need to talk to more people. Now, why am I showing you this? A, I'm giving you value right here. If you're not writing this down and living by this, you're in trouble. This is massive value. Because without this, that education and training, it don't do us no good. And it's the best education and training in the world. We got FastCap now. Oh, my dear Lord. FastCap is phenomenal. Have you put any new people through FastCap yet? No. Please do. And the instructor that's teaching it right now, real good. I mean, extremely over the top good. I heard a lot of stuff when I came to eXp. They said things to me like this. You need to go to a traditional brokerage if you're new. Has anybody ever heard anybody ever told you that? If you're new, you need to go to traditional. They call it legacy now. I don't know what the difference is, but that's what I was told, traditional. And I was like, why is that? Training. You got to get trained. Well, the reason I picked eXp is because the abundance of on-demand training. I can train whenever I want to. I can train in non-making money hours whenever I want to. It's there for me. It exists. And that was before FastCap. And now we got FastCap. I'm like, oh, dear brother, you guys don't understand. I don't understand your traditional legacy world, whatever you're talking about. What I'm telling you is we got the best training in the world. This is by far the best place in the world for new people to come to and for existing people to come to. Because we got the education and training. It's ongoing. Who thinks education and training should be all the time? Like all the time. Like if you've been in here and you flipped homes, you learned something from David today. Right? You learned something. You don't know everything. In fact, David goes to training seminars. You went and saw Pace. He went and saw Pace? Pace Morby. That's a weird name. Pace Morby. He went and saw that dude. I'm going to meet him in a couple weeks in Cabo. Should I tell him his name is weird?
You definitely should.
I should? Okay. I'm going to say, David told me to tell you. Here's his picture, David. I'm not going to fight you. David said he would, but is he bigger than me? I'm just kidding. We're kidding.
No, actually.
Is he older than me?
That I'm not sure.
Because then I can just outwork it. Anyhow, so education training, we got it. It's there. I was talking about something else, though. Does anybody remember where I was going with that? I told y'all to pay attention.
Learning is always there.
Education, learning. I think we're all on the same page. Okay, good. So, thank you, FastCap. That came back to me. So the FastCap puts your agent and puts you through a process. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, holds them accountable. If they do, is anybody on FastCap in here right now? Peggy is? Anybody else?
Yeah, I love it.
You love it?
Austin's fantastic.
Austin's fantastic. That's what Carolyn says to me every time. She goes, she goes, I think he's good. You're going to like this guy. So you got to get enrolled in the next FastCap. Okay? Anyhow.
So Paul, can you be 1 o'clock or 5?
I'll be done way before then. So she's concerned about missing Austin. I like that. No, I'm proud of you. That's good. You listen to him, not me. Okay. So we got the education and the training, but if you're not doing this, none of it matters. Okay? Commit to your activity. Like who in here, don't, maybe you do want to raise your hand. Who in here can commit to this every week? Like, you change your life if you did? Like, I'm not kidding you. I threw this out Monday night. We have a team call on Monday night, and I threw it out to the team, and I said, who's willing to do this? And my good friend Angie, who just got her license, stood outside a Publix, or was in a Publix in Florida, and she got 5 names from doing that right there, 5 talk-tos. She was, the goal's 25, I got 20 more to go. She's brand new in this business. Now, she was a killer in insurance. Like, she crushed everybody over there. She's gonna crush everybody over here too. She's that good. You know what she said to everybody? Y'all want to know what you can say to people? Anybody? Y'all want me to say? You just go up to anybody, hey, are you thinking about buying a home? Y'all with me so far? Thinking about selling a home? Or investing in a home? Y'all with me? Who can't say that a whole bunch of times to people that you don't know? That's pretty simple, right? Thinking about buying, selling, or investing. I'm telling you, do that. It'll radically change your life. Now, here we are. Everything I have described is in this world right here called self-employed. This is what the S stands for. This is employed, and many people are employed. They have employed jobs, okay? And that's great, and I love you for it. I ain't telling you to quit it. Maybe one day you get to a point where your financial freedom says I can quit, but that's up to you, okay? Our good buddy TC, for 16 years, was a real estate agent and had a full-time gig. That's pretty impressive. I don't know if I could wait that long, but that's good. That man's good. So, employed. This means you work for somebody. They tell you when to go to the bathroom. They tell you when to take vacation. They tell you everything. Y'all with me? I would like to think if you're here on a Wednesday afternoon, learning about how to flip homes, learning about business, that you have a bigger dream than that. Am I correct? Correct? Can I get an amen or something like, whoa, yeah, okay, good. Now, here's the challenge though, David, is people come here to self-employed and they get all types of worked up, fired up, thinking they've made something. I'm self-employed and I'm loving it. You shouldn't be. Because there's a big problem with self-employed. Massive problem with self-employed. Y'all ready? When self quits working, self is unemployed. Big problem. Big problem. Now self-employed is worse than being employed. Because you can be employed and quit working and still go to work every day. Y'all following me? Yeah, a lot of people are doing that. Like, hey, collecting me a paycheck. Right? So say employment's better at this point when self quits working. So you got to be careful. So Anna, you don't want to hang out here too long. You want to do this, no doubt. It's the next step to this. And I don't remember. I don't know if Kiyosaki ever says this, but it's hard to go from here to here. It's very difficult because your mind's not right just yet. But you go here to here, you can go here to here. But anyhow, so you want to be here. But what is self-employed? Y'all want to name out some things? Real estate, doing transactions. Self-employed, doing transactions. Flipping a home. Self-employed. Having 10, don't answer the question too quickly, slow down. Having 10 rental units, but you don't have a property manager. Is that self-employed? Self-employed. Okay, now let's change it. Having 8 rental units, but having a property manager. Business owner or self-employed? Business owner. Yeah, you moved a category because you ain't managing it every day. The moment you take yourself out, now you're building a business. And you want to build a business that grows with or without you. Daniel could take, and I think you did. You took 2 months off last year? You went somewhere, right? He went to Europe. That's right. That was just not that long ago. Wow. He went to Europe for 2 months. And when he came back, are y'all ready? Business was bigger. Who wants that?
Everybody.
And I love that Peggy said everybody, but their actions, their activities not leading up to that. Because you got to do 25 talk tos if you want to get there. And Daniel will probably tell you probably need to do a few more than 25, right? Especially in the beginning because you ain't that good, right? You're just not that good in the beginning. In the beginning, you're just horrible. I remember when I first started selling insurance, I'd call people up. They sent a lead to me. And I'd be like, hey, you sent this in. You want insurance? And everybody said no. It was so weird. I was like, you filled it out. But I was horrible. I was terrible, right? But I got gooder at it and gooder, and eventually, boom. But understand, you're not gonna be that good in the beginning. Anyhow, so everybody says they want it, Peggy, but do their actions line up with what they say? That's the challenge, okay? So, self-employed. I think we got the best self-employed gig in the world with Glenn Sanford. That man said to us on Monday, eXp is always in beta test, always. I'm always making this thing better. He didn't say that, but I'm telling you that's what he's saying. When he says this thing's in beta test all the time, what he is saying, I make this thing better every day. Daily, I'm making this thing better. For us, he's giving us a solution. I forget a stat I read not too long ago, but like 71% of real estate agents didn't even make a sell in 2024. Is that the right number? Because I'll make something up real quick. If I said it wrong, stop me, okay? But I think that was it. 71%. 71.6% was the definite number. I know it. I'll fight you on. I'm kidding. 71% of real estate agents didn't even make one sell last year. I made 3 last year and I wasn't even trying to. I made 3 last year. I wasn't even trying to. I was trying to build a team. Why? What happened? Well, Glenn has built a solution for us. It's a plug and play. If you just show up, if you just talk to enough people, speak to enough people, you will get accidentally into transactions. It just will happen to you. You can't get away from it. Well, no, I've been trying it. Have you been talking to people? Have you been talking to people? Because if you haven't, you don't get to participate in his solution. See, I'm participating in his solution because I'm talking to people. And it's there. I mean, it's just so simple. Like before I got into real estate, I heard all these horror stories. Like people would post on their Facebook how horrible and tough their job was as a real estate. At first I was like, don't put that up there because your next post is how you want people to buy from you, which is stupid. Okay, y'all with me? Be careful what you post. So, but what I'm saying is, why were they saying it was so horrible, so bad? I come over here, I got education and training, I got leads, I got the support, I got agent equity, I got so many things to fight for. Oh yeah, by the way, I got Daniel Ng and We Partners. I want y'all to hear me. Thursday, I have a listing appointment that I'm doing from a lead that I've been building leads so I can give leads to my team. But I'm doing the lead on Thursday. Here's the cool thing. Because I'm part of We Partners, there's so many people in this room, and some are not in this room, that I can say, hey, will you put an eyeball on my listing, my selling, or my listing presentation? I can put so many eyeballs on that presentation. Say, what do you think? Am I saying the right thing? Am I doing the right stuff? What would you do? How would you go about this? The house is XYZ. It's this many square footage. And I got so many people that I can ask that question to. Glenn Sanford built the solution. This is the way for people who are only closing. Well, you can't get worse than 0, can you? Last year I closed -5. That doesn't work here, does it? Okay, so you can't get worse, but I mean, come on. This is the solution. Glenn built the solution where all of us can use everybody, talk to everybody, and put so many eyeballs. For starters, we put 90,000 eyeballs on that listing if I wanted to. It's a little bit too much, but I can talk to some great people in here and say, hey, what do you think? Right? Am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? Right? Who wants that confidence going into an appointment? Right? That's just massive confidence. I mean, I am winning before I ever get there. Y'all with me? I don't know if I can do that at other organizations, but because Glenn built the solution here, I get to walk into that appointment Thursday just, yeah. You're going to list with me. I don't know how we say it, but you're going to sign right here. In insurance, I'd say, just give me a check. You're about to get some life insurance. No kidding. That's what I'd say. Especially when they'd say, I ain't buying nothing from you today. Oh man, you just messed up. Now you're going to buy something from me, right? But I had confidence. You have so much confidence here. It's amazing. Now here's what I'm going to warn you on and tell you, okay? Make a friend. If you can't remember this, you need to write down, make a friend before you need a friend. Make a friend before you need a friend. Don't be one of those people that comes into the solution, not make any friends with nobody, and ask everybody to do something for you. Can you do this for me? What about this? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? If you barely know David, be careful. Maybe say, hey, David, great presentation today. Can I get you some tiramisu since clearly you like it? Y'all think I'm kidding? Find a place that will deliver tiramisu to his house. He's a wealth of, I'm not kidding. If y'all want knowledge from this man, those are the things you got to do. What can I do for you? How can I help you? How can I serve you? Because you need to make a friend Sorry, I'm saying that wrong. You make a friend before you need a friend. Okay? So pay attention to the people in here that are kicking butt like, hey, I want to learn from that person one day. That's someone I want to learn from. Figure out what they like. Figure out what they want to do. Y'all with me? Okay. So, self-employed, stay here for just a little while. Now, I was talking to Anna before the meeting started. The number one way to be better as a real estate agent, I'm going to say this slow so everybody gets it. The number one way for you to be better as a real estate agent doing more transactions is to bring someone into the business with you. We can argue about that all day and I'm going to win. I've been doing this 20 years and I have seen it over and over and over and over again. Do you want to know why? Accountability is great. Thank you. What else? Thank you. You're brand new. You're both scared, right? Yeah. I took my butt. Everybody around me knows I'm afraid of snakes. Definitely afraid of snakes. I run trails only when they are gone. But I'll do trail running during the winter, but I won't. But we were in Laredo, and they said, here's a trail, and I went to go run the trail. I'm afraid to death. And I asked this guy, will you go with me? Monica, he said, yeah, I'll go with you. I said, sweet. All of a sudden, Ken, I got brave. So brave, because he was going with me. And then that fool was in front of me, dancing like this. I go, what the hell are you doing? He goes, I'm afraid of snakes too. I said, then why did I go with you? But it didn't matter. We were both in it together. Thank you, collaboration, because you can do more things when you're with somebody. Think this is going to work? I don't know. Let's try it. I gotta be careful what I said there. High school popped into. Anybody else? Never mind. So what else? What are some other reasons? Sorry, Scrib. Scrib caught it. Yes.
I'll tell you my favorite quote. It is, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
If you want to go far, go together. That's good. So here's what I have recognized, and all those are great answers, by the way. No wrong answers there. But here's what I've recognized, and I just told Anna this. When you bring someone in, you feel a responsibility to them. Therefore, you perform at a better level. You perform at a better level. And you all of a sudden start doing 25 talk tos. You're preaching it, you're talking to it, you better do it. Y'all with me? So much changes around you because you've made a commitment to someone because you feel a responsibility to somebody. Anthony Kiedis, the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, he's sober 25 years now. But he was 11 months into his sober journey and he was about to throw it all away. He was about to just say, I'm done. And just 2 weeks prior to that, he was singing to 108,000 people in Mexico City. Just think about that. If y'all are singing to 108,000 people in Mexico City, they are mouthing the words to your song that you made. Would you feel pretty good about yourself? He wanted to die. That wasn't enough to live for. Those people, there was no connection. That wasn't enough to live for. But here's what prevented him. He was about to throw it all away. He was pulling out of his driveway, and before he pulled out of the driveway, he said, wait a minute, on Wednesday, I'm responsible to the AA group. It's my turn to set up the chairs. Here's a man living in one of the most beautiful houses in California, and what saved him was somebody else. He had a commitment to somebody else. I'm telling you right now, if you want to commit to your real estate career, bring somebody with you. Because then it's so hard to quit. It's so hard to quit on somebody. It's easy. Guys, we quit on ourselves all the time. Think about it. Why do we hire personal trainers? Because we quit on ourselves. Well, I don't quit on myself. Bullcrap. I will find something in your life you quit on yourself. All of us do. Because we can do it so quietly and nobody knows. We can just slide on out, nobody knows. But when you bring somebody with you, I mean, here's Anthony. Everybody knows. Does anybody not know the name Red Hot Chili Peppers? Never heard of it? So here's a very, very diverse group of people in here, and everybody's heard that name. That wasn't enough to save his life. That wasn't enough. But it was a group of people that we'll never even know who they are or were, that were just as jacked up as him, right? Saved his life. Oh, Paul, this is too deep. No, I'm telling you, you might be able to save your life here. I ain't kidding. There might be something in this business that you get to build that might just save your life. No kidding. Thank God I didn't quit my old business because that company helped me get sober. I'd be dead right now. You with me? But I brought people in immediately, and I stayed, and I grew a business, David. Please. I hear people say all the time, eXp nothing but a recruiting company. No, we're in the business of changing people. We're in the business of making an impact in people's lives. And oh yeah, by the way, we do recruit, and thank you, God. Thank you, Glenn Sanford, for building this company for me. I don't gotta wait 4 freaking years and work for some fool just because he passed a test. And only he gets to hire people and I don't. Glenn's like, we want everybody to be able to do it. Y'all with me? It excited me. Should excite y'all. It could literally save your life. We don't know how. But if you look at it that way, do you think you'll ever quit? Does anybody want to just name out a goal they have, a financial goal? Just yell it out. Has anybody got a financial, like a monthly goal, a yearly goal? Anybody? Yes.
I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family.
First millionaire in your family. Anybody got another goal, monthly, yearly? Yes, ma'am.
$250,000 a month.
How much?
$250K a month.
$250K a month. I like that. Do you know what that adds up to a year? All right. So I remember when someone told me what you just told me, I said, you realize you got to make $19,999 per week, and you got it. That's it. And when you break it down to that, it's like, that's simple. I can make $20,000 a week. No kidding. It's very easy. Okay. I'm getting carried away. So, greatest business in the world to be in with Glenn Sanford and eXp as a self-employed person. He's given us all the solutions. He is the solution man. And he's gone beyond solutions. Like Ken, he offers us health insurance. Now, I sold insurance for 20 years. So I figured I'd probably get better on my own. I don't need Glenn. But I looked into the eXp plan. Guess what? I'm on the eXp plan.
Yeah.
I am.
That's great.
It's that good. I was like, crud, I can't even come close to this. I've been doing this 20 years. This is way better. So we got that. All right. This is the third pillar. I'm going to call it owner equity. Let's just call it equity. Anybody in here built a company? Peggy? David? What was your company, David?
eXp Properties Group.
Were you able to, did you have agents working for you or people working for you?
No, not on the agent side.
No? Did you have people working for you?
I did.
And did you have people working for you? You did? How many people? 7? How many? 3? Were you able to offer them equity into your company?
No.
No one can. There's no way. It's impossible. But Glenn goes, we got to be able to offer it. So there's several ways you can get equity in this company. Number one is you become an icon producer. Okay? Do you know that we get 49 or 94 icon producers a day? I'm real bad with numbers. 49. I want y'all to think about this for a second. 49 people a day become an icon producer here at eXp. You want to tell me we're a recruiting company? That's pretty good, isn't it? 49 a day. That's insane. And then they get more stock in the company, okay? Now, there's other ways you can do it. You can do your first deal. We'll call it first deal. The other way is what? One of your people that you bring in does a transaction. They get one, you get one. You can purchase it at a discount. Like you could purchase it at a 5% discount. And some of y'all, I'll buy Bitcoin. Don't do that. You get a discount. Buy it at the 5% discount, okay? And what are the other ways? We just had icon. Cap, thank you. When you cap, I mean, if we're producing, oh, by the way, an icon producer, this is what they do. First, they got a cap. They do about 4 or 5 deals. Some do 6 or 7, whatever it takes. And then they do another 20 additional deals, and then they become an icon producer. Y'all with me? Like we should be rolling out icon producers in this room every week, right? I mean, it's not that difficult. It's proven not to be that difficult. When I saw those numbers, 49 a day, I was like, hey, it ain't that hard. I knew it wasn't that hard. I just had to see it, and now I know it. It's not that hard. And now you're on a higher contract, right? I'll explain that in a second. Okay, so these are the ways you get owner equity. Glenn says, hey, if I'm going to build something big, I want to be able to give ownership equity to the entire group. 65% of the agents here at eXp buy into this program, buy in or have company stock. Y'all with me? Please don't overthink that one. Okay. So anybody in here brand new, never heard of eXp? You're hearing about eXp for the very first time. You've heard of eXp? Do you? Okay, cool. Thank you. So here's how it works. There's more, but you were just brave enough to answer. Raise your hand. Thank you. So what happens is you go out and do a deal and you get 80%. Whoa, that's not a percent right there. So on average, in Dallas, $500,000 is the home you're going to sell either at or buy, okay? 3% of that comes to $15,000. Y'all with me? Simple enough. 80% of that is what? $12,000. Am I correct? Is my numbers right? So this is your money, okay? Not bad. Now, if I could just get you to do 4 or 5 of these deals, then what we do is take out the 80%. We call it 100%. And Paul's got less math to do. Can we all please just go to 100% so I can quit doing so much math? Y'all with me? That's how simple it is. Just if y'all can just do that for us. Everybody go to 100%. Then we just do one number. 15,000 times 100% is what? I can do this without y'all. $15,000. Okay? That's a pretty good deal. And everybody in here has that ability. Not like, well, you know, you're under some. No, everybody. Everybody go to 100%. Okay? Now here's where it gets even gooder. Y'all with me? When you do Icon, I'm not even going to try to do the numbers. It's actually 100% plus. We offer a 100% plus contract here. Because when you go Icon, you get $16,000 in stock. Now that alone right there, I want to go for it. I just want the $16,000 in stock every year. Why not? Setting up for my future, kids' future. Y'all with me? Just go for it. Is that clear to everybody? Because when I start doing numbers, I get really worried. Okay. Now let's talk about the last thing, being a business owner. So here we go. We went from E to S to B to I. I is investor, okay? We're not even going to hit on investor right now. I'll tell you who's an investor in this room. It's Daniel Ng. Him and his family own about 50 properties. He's an investor. It's a whole different ballgame. We're not even going to go there right now, okay? Here's where I want everybody to dream about. People tell me, I dream about financial freedom. Why? I want you to dream about time freedom. I want you to take a 2-month trip to Europe and come back and your business bigger. Who wants that? Everybody earlier said they wanted that, okay? We got the easiest, simplest business hierarchy model in the world. I've been in this world for 20 years doing this in insurance. It's identical to insurance, and I'm gonna show it to you real quick, and it's so simple, okay? And I beg you, don't confuse it. Someone's gonna come confuse it. Well, what about this? I'm telling you right now, I need you to play big. I need you to think big. What I want you to do is, this is the same exact numbers, Anna, that we showed on the other one with the 25 talk tos. Now I just want you to talk to 25 people about this. How do you do that? How do you talk to a complete stranger about this? You ready? You kind of don't. Here's what you do. Hey, we're doing a meeting next Wednesday. Good friend of mine, Daniel Ng, will be doing it. I just want you to meet everybody. And shut up. And if they ask questions, say, I really want to answer that question. But my man, Daniel, he's been doing this a long time. I want you to meet him. And keep doing that. And some of y'all are saying, you can't do that to everybody. Listen, I sold my company for 8 figures, and Colin Hugh did that to me. He walked into my office in Louisville, Texas. He goes, what you going to do next? I said, I'm going to Grand Cayman here in a couple of weeks. I don't know after that. I said, I'm going to retire for a little bit, figure out what I want to do. I said, I built teams in financial services, life insurance, and annuities, and we had a blast from coast to coast. It was amazing what we built. Loved it, loved every bit of it. Hung out with the coolest people in the world. And he says, do you want to do that in real estate? I said, you can't. I said, I've looked into it. You gotta be a broker, or you gotta buy a franchise, or you gotta do this. I've looked into it, can't be done. He says, will you do me a favor? Will you come meet my business partners tomorrow, Calvin Wong and Daniel Ng? And I asked him a couple more times, Jason, tell me about it, man. Tell me, come on. Tell me more, because if I can't build coast to coast, you know, I'm a tough dude. I build coast to coast. I'm bad to the bone, man. He could have easily said right then and there, yeah, little boy, not only are we in all 50 states, but we're in 27 countries. But he didn't. He said, I need you to come meet my business partners, Calvin Wong and Daniel Ng. That was it. And when he said that like the 3rd or 4th time, in my head, I was like, this is going to be good. Because I've been teaching people for 20 years to do what you just told me you just did. This is going to be way bigger than I ever thought possible. So I meet these 2 gentlemen, and as Daniel was telling me, and he got to the 4th pillar about revenue share. This is the 4th pillar. Where'd my business model go? Yeah. Yeah, see, there we go. This is the fourth pillar, building a business, revenue share, okay? And as they're talking, I texted my pastor and I said, I found it in capital letters. I found it. I can do the exact same thing in real estate that I did in insurance. And now I get to do it completely different. Y'all know why? Anybody want to guess? I can feed my kids now. Everybody's good. We got a lot of money. So it's different, but it's the same because now I have the opportunity just to bring people in and help impact their lives and change their lives. This same system got me to a table in downtown Dallas, the largest financial services company in the world, and they bought my company. I can teach people to do the same thing here now in real estate. I'm on a mission. I'm living a dream right now because I know this can be done. So here's how it works. You invite a bunch of people. I would invite 12. Don't mess up my numbers. Don't argue with me. You can't beat the numbers and the numbers can't beat you. Quit trying. Like right now, some people are saying, I can do better than 25. I only need to talk to 10 people. They were quality. They were gooder than what he was talking about. They were good quality people. Don't do it. You can't beat the numbers. The numbers can't beat you. Okay? So get you 12 people, just invite. Is that 12? Let's just act like it is. You invite 12 people, get them around Daniel, get them around someone that knows what they're talking about building a business, do whatever you got to do, but just get you 12 people. This is what's going to happen. These 4 are going to be crazy nut jobs like me. One of them's going to be just insane. This one's going to be insane. What I mean by insane is they're going to see this business opportunity and they ain't going to be able to sleep at night. They're like, holy cow. I was like, I now have an opportunity to have thousands and thousands and thousands of people looking at their phone saying, I don't want to die. I want to live another day. I can call Paul Roberts because I've heard his story. I can do that now. I got chills as I said that to y'all. I can do that now. I can do that here with this model. So what happens is typically these people, if you're going to have like 10,000 people on your team, 7,000 are coming from here. Your other 3,000 will come from here somehow, some way. And here's the beauty of it. You're not responsible for everybody. You're not. Bring them in, show them the solution that Glenn built. If they don't see it, that's okay. Guys, there's some people that would starve in a grocery store. I'm not kidding you. They would literally starve in a grocery store. Everything would be at their fingertips and they would still starve. You can't help everybody. This is the solution. Get them around the fire, get them around people, and it all works out, I promise. Now, how do you make money when you bring people in? I'm not going to go too deep into that. If you want to know more, hang around after. Daniel will show you the exact breakdown. But be very careful. Never look at people as dollar signs. Whenever you look at people as dollar signs, you're done. It's over with. I watch people in my insurance business. They do it all the time. What override am I going to get on Brittany's deal? You just quit now, please. Just walk away right now. This deal's done, okay? But I'll briefly, just quickly say this. You earn about $400 each time someone does something. Don't raise your hand and say, I earned $239 in my last one. I just said average $400. Don't fight it, okay? Now you're trying to beat the numbers. Just don't do it, okay? Just keep bringing them in, bringing them in, bringing them in. Now this is what I mean by when I say some people will starve in a grocery store because we are in a grocery store. What's the best grocery store around here? H-E-B. Anybody want to argue with David? No? Okay, so David says H-E-B. Y'all have agreed with him, H-E-B. Can anybody starve in H-E-B? No. Yeah, you'd be surprised. You will be surprised. This is what Glenn's created. This is you, and you have over 2,000 freaking people that have a vested interest. That's not money. You have 2,000 employees. It's more than 2,000, by the way, but it's over 2,000. You have over 2,000 people that got a vested interest in helping you. Brokers, employees, marketing people, sales people, growth people, helping you grow your business people. If I have someone I'm talking to, I can call this number and get someone from the growth team to talk to this person, and I just get to sit back and shut up and say nothing. And they bring them in. And let's say that one person brings in 600 people. Was that hard work, guys? Did I do any heavy lifting? Did I dig a ditch? Did I hurt anything? No, I just say, hey, bro, you need to talk to this guy, Russ. Dude, I think it's going to work out for you. You need to talk to this guy named Tony. You need to talk to this guy named Daniel. Y'all, is this making sense? Don't complicate this thing. I don't know how to recruit people because I don't know what I'm doing. Neither did I. I brought 14 people in my first week, or my first couple of weeks. I didn't know what I was doing. Y'all come check this out. It works. Y'all with me? And then I promise you, but listen, y'all said HEB. This is the HEB. It is. You got 2,000 people helping your one person. Think about that. Over and over and over and over again. I'm going to end on this. You got to dream though. I talked about it already, but if you're not dreaming, and I'm interviewing a lot of real estate agents, and a lot of them are beaten down because 2024 was a tough year. Am I right? Was that a bad year? Was it a tough year? Am I the only one agreeing to this, me and David? Yeah, it was a tough year, right? And they tell me that. The moment they tell me that, I know they're in trouble. Stop playing small. Quit talking about 2024. It's over with. It's done. Nothing you can do about it. But you can talk to 25 people this week. You can't talk to 25 people next week. You can't talk to 25 people the following week. You can't talk to 25 the following week. You keep doing that. But if your dream's not big enough, that 25 seems crazy. If you want to make $250,000, 25, no big deal. She was one of the only few that raised her hand when I said do 25 a week, right? Because the dream is big and the dream is massive. You can do anything. Y'all with me? So please, get with somebody in your life that will teach you how to dream. They can start small, like I just want to feed the kids this week, okay? And then get a little bigger, and a little bigger, and a little bigger. Thank y'all so much for having me. Thank you, Daniel Ng, for building We Partners, because without We Partners, I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd be bored to death. Thank God I met this man. I met what he built, the heart of these people, the heart of this team. It's unheard of. It's absolutely unheard of what you can do here with the amount of people you can do it with. You don't even know how to spell real estate, and you can be successful here because the people around here with what Daniel Ng has built. Love you guys. Go get yours. I'm getting mine. Adios.